Welcome to Club IDIC, Jake.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Are you excited for tonight's episode?
Yes, it's actually one of my favorite episodes, actually.
Yes, and the Trekkies tend to give Enterprise a lot of flack, so we are going to try and deflack it.
So yes, it's one of my favorite Enterprise episodes and also favorite Star Trek episodes.
Yes, Carbon Creek is definitely a different one, and it really is about unexpected opportunities. You know, it's like, what do you do when everything goes to crap all of a sudden?
Hmm. Right.
Yeah, hopefully lots of people join us, and this is an exciting discussion, eh?
Yep. Hopefully. I thought I saw. It looks like, at least on Facebook, I saw like 4 people going and 4 people interested, and I did not click either one of those. So.
Well, I can, you know what? I just, you just show up and I love that. And I actually planned us a Christmas party. So there you go. So, or a gratitude festival, because not everybody celebrates Christmas. So we call it a gratitude festival. So all faiths and their little holiday things are included.
Right. So, and it's almost like smack dab in the middle between, well, I don't know if Canadians do Thanksgiving, but
We do
it's
in
kind
October.
of, okay. Well, for me, it's that smack dab in the middle between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to do it earlier, but I might actually get to do some volunteering in real life, and I haven't done that in a very long time, which is sad. I like volunteering. Hopefully people come. They might just be running late.
7:01.
Yeah, we'll just give it a bit, but you can share some of your thoughts with me about the episode or whatever if you want.
I don't actually, the actual content. So, um, so I don't remember that. So I know the parts of it that really stood out to me were, um, let's see, I know the Paul, with the Velcro helping
Hmm.
out that kid. I thought that was that. Well, to Paul's great grandmother, or um, not really to Paul, but um, and then it just being like, the actual first contact between humans and Vulcans. So I know my favorite episodes are always like first contact episodes, and
Yeah.
um, the situation is kind of reversed in this case. So it's like Vulcans like meeting the humans. Usually, like you see those episodes in like TNG. I know Enterprise had one. I don't remember a few other series, but yeah, the situation is kind of reversed almost a little bit in
It
this case.
is.
So you get to see, and they're like for a number of episodes, but like you see humans well when they're not necessarily at their best. So,
Yeah, it was I believe, what was the year? I don't even remember what the year was in Carbon Creek. I'm not that.
mm, was it in the 60s or
I'm not
80s?
sure. Like, women were still wearing dresses all the
Mhm.
time. So,
Hmm. I'm not sure. Was there? discussions on Sputnik in the episode? I don't remember.
Let me just Google it really quick. That's something we can do while we wait. I can Google that because I'm not sure. I wish I was like a walking encyclopedia of Trek trivia, but I cannot be. There's too much other stuff I've got to remember just to get through each day. But we shall look at this. See, 1957.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably a little early.
That is early. I don't think I was born yet. I was about 30 years before I came into existence. Actually, it wasn't because I wasn't born till November. Can you imagine Vulcans coming into the States in the wintertime? Oh gosh, they wouldn't survive because Vulcans aren't very happy about the cold. But it was, I think it was spring. Yeah, it was around the springtime, wasn't it? Spring, summer.
I think so, yeah. Cause I think the kid was just finishing high school and he was getting ready for, and well, he was going to be getting ready for college, but there was like something going on or something where he couldn't go, and then that's why DePaul.
Yeah,
Paul,
he had just gotten a scholarship, but he was trying to get together the money, and his mom had a little tip jar on the bar, and everybody in the town was like feeding the tip jar. That's what I remember anyway.
Yeah, I think that's pretty close.
And it must have been during the school year because she kept telling him to go study. It was like finals or something.
Right.
Yeah. I cannot find anything about it. I wish I could. Maybe that might be something for. I wish I had like a bigger brain than I do. There might be an encyclopedia about it that I don't have on my check shelf, but. Oh, are you looking it up?
Yeah. I was like, all right, I'll go to a good old memory alpha.
Yeah, I looked there too, but I don't know, maybe memory beta has it. Oh wait, let's see. I don't know.
So, it's in a mining town in Pennsylvania. So, yeah, that would be cold. If it's in the wintertime.
Yeah, and like no, because Vulcan itself, I don't know if you've seen TOS. We know it's a desert planet, right? So you can imagine the Americas in winter because we know it's similar to Canada in winter, right? So very cold, very icy, very, very cold. I think in some parts it's gotten, well, I've at least experienced -50 up here sometimes. So
Yeah, we don't really. So it doesn't really get that cold, unless it's like in the northern states, like North Dakota and Montana and places like that. I know down where I'm at, it usually doesn't dip below zero usually.
oh, really? In
But
Montana?
um, so I'm in Colorado, so
Oh,
but it doesn't usually dip below zero here.
I'm envious.
I think the coldest I saw in Michigan was -30. Though, and that's Fahrenheit, by the way. I don't know. Canadians go by.
It's -30 Fahrenheit. Let me
So,
Google
and
that because oh Lord, it's -34. We've had much colder. We've had it very cold. Did I just hear a kitty meow?
yes, you did.
Oh, cute kitty. Does kitty want attention?
Um,
Oh, look at that kitty. Oh, it looks a little bit like Grudge
it does.
from Discovery. Yeah.
She's not as nearly as big as Gretch, but
What's a baby Grudge? What's her name?
uh, baby.
Oh, so cute. So very cute. So as we continue to wait, I'm sure people will come. Anything else you want to talk about in the episode before?
Um, so I know one of the things I liked about it was that it kind of shows that um yes, the Enterprise Trinity with DePaul, Archer, and Trip. So it was a nice episode for those three.
It was because didn't they discuss the record for a Vulcan serving on a Starfleet ship?
I think so. Yeah. I think it was like some anniversary or something. I think maybe like it was her like she was on the ship for like a full year or something.
Exactly. And they had this, it was like I believe they started at dinner, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they had these glasses of wine, I believe it was. I'm trying to remember it bit by bit. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it. I know it was actually I've seen it like probably several months ago now, but
Oh, really?
yeah.
Okay.
Uh, because well, no, it was probably last year, probably because I do this. So I did this weird thing when 'cause it would have been while I was watching Voyager and DS9 because I so you know that chronological list I showed you.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than so that chronological list had like a rule that they time travel episodes that it tends to follow when it starts and when it begins. So you always the chronologically first contact would always end up um in the middle of like DS9 and Voyager, but I know I kind of broke that rule a little bit and started at Enterprise after I watched First Contact. So and it kind of makes it a little bit nice just because I would end up watching like kind of in release order. I know Enterprise wasn't that wouldn't really be release order, but uh so I could start Discovery after I watched Enterprise and at this so I could be watching the first and second seasons probably around the same time to be watching Picard. And then Picard would finish, and then I could jump straight into watching the third season of Discovery without having to wait through like watching the original series, Next Generation, DS9, Voyager before I hit Discovery season 3. So
That's great. You can watch the episodes in any order you want. There's no rule.
yeah,
Yeah, and the whole triad, I mean, whether or not they believed it, I mean, I I wonder, was Tucker Archer's first officer then? That's something I've always wondered, or did Archer even have one?
Um, so the way I interpreted it was that Tucker was supposed to be the first officer of Enterprise, but when T'Pol came in, she kind of took over that role, and then Trip was the second officer.
Hmm.
I think if you look at Trip's rank, he is a commander. So
Yeah. I don't know, Trip doesn't strike me as the kind of guy to want to be a first officer anyway, you know? And and it makes sense that you'd want to watch Star Trek First Contact, the movie, before you watch this, because in First Contact, the movie, you actually get to see First Contact actually played out, the actual First Contact.
right, right, yeah. And then if um, the opening scene for Enterprise actually has Zephyr Cochrane in it. He does like he was doing a dedication speech for the Warp Pipe Complex. So when
And it looks like the same actor, and I don't even know if it
Mhm.
is.
So
Is
it
it?
is.
It
Hmm.
is?
Yep.
Yeah, and he did a very good job just fitting into canon. And but what is canon anymore anyway? It's so expanded and creatively dissected that we just accept all Trek as Star Trek, and it's wonderful.
Hmm.
Because all these, I think we discussed this purist thing, like the Star Trek purist thing, in a previous thing. Some of these Star Trek purists aren't altogether nice about accepting new Star Trek or even Enterprise into the Star Trek family. But they
Hmm.
should be, because Enterprise gets a lot of hate, and that's not fair.
Hmm. Uh, I don't know. I kind of felt like Enterprise is kind of um, I don't know. I don't want to. I'm not sure if I really call it a renaissance, but it's kind of enjoyed a little bit more respect in the last few years than it has had. So,
Well, that's true, but it still gets a lot of hate. It still gets ignored by fans. It still gets mocked because of the last episode, but you can't judge a whole series just by one episode. That's not fair.
mhm. Well, well, I'm in an enterprise group, and most of those probably won't even watch that episode. So I think even when I rewatch Enterprise this last time, I think maybe I like fast forwarded it to a few different parts, but and that was basically it. I didn't really watch it. So and then like Archer's speech at the end of the episode, like right before, it was just awesome, and it kind of to serve as a nice bookend for the series.
Well, I did like the whole storyline that the Enterprise crew members were actually featured in, but I thought the Next Generation plug was a little strange,
Yeah,
especially like, how they put the Pegasus thing in there. That was a little strange.
right. So I don't know. So it was like, yeah, you had Trip dying. That was completely retconned in the novels.
Yeah.
uh, Afterwards, then he had yeah, that he had the TNG thing, and then one of the frustrating things for me was that it was like you never see Archer's speech. What was he going to say? Never was.
That's true. You never do see Archer's speech.
No, you never do. Um, he walks up to the podium. He's about to start speaking, and then it cuts to Riker and Troy, and they end program and exit the holodeck.
I know, this is why the finale episode gets a lot of crap. Because it wasn't really about that. It was more of like a holodeck recreation, and that's, I can understand why a lot of fans are pissed off about that still.
Mhm.
Because what was it?
Hmm?
What was it?
What was it? What do you mean?
Like, was it a finale of Enterprise or just a little thing of Next Generation with Enterprise guest stars? What was it?
Right. Yeah.
It's confusing. And that
Mhm.
sounds so bad to say, forgive me. Oh, fans of Star Trek that might watch this, but what was it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, what? Yes?
Well, I think most Star Trek fans would agree with you. At least the ones who liked Enterprise. Anyways.
I don't know. I haven't even seen all of Enterprise. There are my favorite episodes, but I haven't seen all of it. Just some of the episodes are a little odd.
Mhm. Oh, I've seen all the episodes.
And what are your favorites?
So yeah, Carbon Creek. Um, I don't know Enterprise as well as Next Gen, but let me go look at an episode list real quick. I know that might be cheating.
Is
But
Minefield one of your favorites? Because we're actually watching that later this month.
Minefield.
Yeah.
Let's see. Was that the Romulan one where they were?
Yeah, that's the one where Reed goes out on the ship and gets pinned there.
So I enjoyed that one.
I know it's not cheating to look at your list. I don't care if you look at your list. I find it funny that I think that list is cool. You should post your list. Did you post your list on the Club IDIC page? If not, you should, and you should brag to Kingdom Come about that list because it is amazing.
So it's not my list, but yeah, it's oh, I don't know what the guy's name is, but yeah, it's not my list, not my personal list, but
But you followed it.
yeah.
But you should brag about that if you want, because it's freaking cool. I give you permission.
So so Broken Bow I really liked. That was a season premiere. Um, Civilization I really liked. I'm sorry, my cat made a funny noise. I was like,
It's fine. Cats are
um,
cute.
so Civilization, that was the Enterprise's main first contact episode where they came across a primitive civilization. Uh, Regeneration was fun just because it had the Borg in it. So, and then I enjoyed First Flight also. So again, like uh, this episode is kind of a story about Archer's days when they were testing out the warp engines. So he was a test pilot. So I enjoyed that episode. Um, And just because I don't mention it doesn't mean I didn't like the other ones.
And that's okay.
What is it? E squared was fun. It wasn't necessarily my favorite one, but it was a fun episode. So Twilight, that's actually probably one of my favorite time travel episodes because it doesn't really involve any time travel. So I thought that was a really interesting and unique way to do time travel. So
It was. I do remember watching that. Yeah, and that was an opportunity for us to see a different sort of alternate universe type thing, actually.
right.
I mean, it was sad that Archer kind of got ill and lost some memories, but it was an opportunity for us to see some what ifs.
Right, yeah. So what if the Zindi had actually won the war? What would it?
Yeah. And then on that note, I don't know if anyone else is coming. So did you want to get started on that episode? So
Um, sure.
yeah, I'm really sorry. It's just the two of us tonight, but I'm not sorry because you're good company.
Well, thank you.
And even just the two of us, we've had a lovely discussion so far. Because you're so great to talk to about that. So yeah, after I hate to give homework, but I'm going to give homework as we watch. As we watch, we should probably consider the whole theme of unexpected opportunities, because I'd love to have a discussion after, if that's all right, about that theme.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. So I'll just cue up the episode really quick.
Me. So I a little bit different now because I get my TV actually working because I've just been watching Star Trek on my laptop and computer. So it's a little bit different watching it on a TV now.
Oh, that's great. It's always better to watch things on the TV.
So pretty much, so like all Discovery season 3, I just watched on um a computer screen. So I need to go back and rewatch those, which I was going to do anyways because Discovery season 4 is coming in November 18th.
It is. That's not too long before my birthday, actually. So that's great. Hopefully it'll be a good early birthday present. All right. I have it queued. Do you?
Yeah, it's getting there.
Okay.
Like not our galaxy has faced before.
All right. I'll see you in a little bit after we're done watching.
Okay.
If you have any questions, leave it in the chat.
Okay, we'll
3,
do.
2, 1. See you later.
Yeah, thanks.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? I was counseling a friend.
How did you like it? Did you have time to watch it, or have you watched it before?
Fortunately, I was doing some work, but it's always pretty good in the past, so
It is. Here's a question for you, since you have affirmed you've seen it. What did it happen? Like at the end of the episode, T'Pol goes to her quarters and takes out the purse that her foremother used, but did it happen? Did it actually happen? Was first contact not the actual first contact? And this whole unexpected opportunity, was it true, or was it just a story that T'Pol made up because Archer and Trip were making fun of her?
be both maybe a truth and a story. I mean, don't stories also have truths?
Perhaps.
And you never know.
And what unexpected opportunities came out of this episode?
Right?
Do you have thoughts on that?
Oh, that was a question.
Yeah, what unexpected? Yeah, that's okay. What unexpected opportunities came out of this episode, Carbon Creek? Because that's the theme of tonight.
Right. I mean, I'm currently focused on work at the same time. I don't have any thoughts, but if I have something, I will pipe in for sure.
Okay, that's all right.
Yeah.
Well, I would say that the Vulcans got to be enlightened about humanity a little sooner than they expected. I don't know what happened between that and Broken Bow, that they decided that they were superior than humans again, but
Isn't that technically, but that's what the Vulcans do.
yeah, that's true.
They naturally think that they're superior and better than everybody else. So, you know.
Yeah. And by his own choice, Mistral decided to stay and take even more of an opportunity onto himself. What happened to him? What do you think happened to him?
Hear me on. Somebody else want to answer that?
I don't know. I mean, he was very good at acting human, and that made me leave a question in the chat. Was he fully Vulcan or not? You think so?
Maybe he evolved a little bit? I mean, just
I don't
because
know.
one can be Vulcan doesn't mean you always act like a Vulcan.
That's true. Hi, Jake.
Hey,
Welcome back. So what did you get out of this episode about unexpected opportunities? Anything?
um, so, um, so yeah, there's, I mean, a few things. I think the obvious one is, uh, I mean, at first he wasn't going to get to go to college, and now he is. So that's I think that's pretty obvious. But I know just listen to the tail end of your conversation, but the unexpected opportunities for the Vulcans to experience another culture, because I don't know how much of Enterprise you've seen, but at least until like season 4, Vulcans were largely disconnected from their own culture, and I don't know, guided by false beliefs or whatever. And the Vulcans that we meet like in later series are kind of different from what DePaul is, or some of the Vulcans that we've seen in this series. So we kind of gave them the opportunity to explore like a different part of themselves that they were maybe missing.
Yeah, like even Sarek married humans.
Hmm.
You gotta have the human experience and observe things like romance and um, a lot of other really cool things, adding on to what Jake said.
That's true. Like even Trip Tucker and even T'Pol herself experienced a bit of romance with Trip Tucker, and I'm sure it would have been expanded upon had he not died.
Right? I mean, it's like, okay, it's like being a Pleiadian soul yet living in the human body and
Yeah.
being able to experience something and then take that on with you, and you can actually evolve yourself. And it goes into the whole thing that you can always learn from somebody else if you're open. If you're closed off and thinking that you're superior, but then you're closed off from learning, then it becomes ignorance, and then you can become really stagnant and miss out
Yeah.
on a lot of really cool things.
Yeah.
That's true. Like they were, I mean, I don't like even Mestral had the opportunity as of a moment of intimacy. I mean, a kiss is light intimacy, but he experienced that with Maggie, and that was, I wish they would have explored more of that, to be honest.
Oh my God, absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know if there are feelings there, and we may never know. I mean, there have been fanfics about, and I will say this because I've read them. There have been fanfics where he and Maggie get married on Earth and have hybrid children. I will post those. I will send those links to you.
Oh my God. Yes, please do. Thank you.
Actually, I'll post them in the club library. How about that?
Yes,
So everybody can see them.
please.
Yeah, the opportunities are quite depth in this episode. The opportunities for the humans to meet what they didn't know were Vulcans, but to meet someone they really didn't know, or a group of someone they didn't know.
Yep.
Because I'm sure they knew that the three were different, but they just didn't know how.
Right. Oh. Speaking of Star Trek, there was slight deviation, sorry. There was this one person who is from the Star Trek cast that was the thing Comic-Con this year. I didn't know that, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool.
And that's Comic-Cons are also unexpected opportunities.
Next year they have the guy who plays oh fuck, sorry, pardon my language. So anyways, ignore me, I'm just
Yeah, and you brought up a good point. Comic-Cons are unexpected opportunities to do things and meet people.
literally, yeah. I was literally, okay, so I threw a party yesterday on Saturday, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do on Sunday. And then my friend Shondella tells me, well, I'm at Comic-Con. We have a few extra passes. Zachary Quinto is gonna be there. Oh my God, he's appearing on Saturday. Ooh, the guy who plays, dude, that's so cool. Oh my God. Okay,
That
so the
would
guy
be an
from Guardians of the
opportunity I would
Galaxy.
love. I haven't met him yet, but I
William
would
Shatner
love.
is appearing on Sunday.
I've met him. He's actually very nice.
Really?
I have.
Billy Piper from Doctor Who.
That's awesome. Those are all great unexpected opportunities. And at cons, we can have those unexpected opportunities. And hopefully now that, because I don't know if you read this, like the CDC or not the CDC, the government, some sort of government entity or health entity have actually approved or are working on the process of approving children 5 and up for vaccines so that the world can open up a little more now.
Right. Oh, wait, this was actually this year. I was like, why are you saying 2022? Bitch, please. It was this year, yeah. So I gotta go this year.
Yeah.
It's the end of the day.
Yeah. So the world
the
can
end of the
open
day.
up a little more. So maybe in 2022, we can have more opportunities for cons and things that we didn't have this
Yeah.
year or in 2020, so that people can
Well,
have
this
even
year-
more unexpected opportunities.
Yeah. We had to wear masks this year, but I went as a Sith, and then I got to meet. So, anyways, I'm like, Chandela, you literally tell me now at like 10 a.m. in the freaking morning, and then I'm like, okay, fine, I'm just gonna get dressed and then short because I'm like,
Cons usually go to like the vendors' rooms. I've volunteered
Yeah.
at these things, so I know the ins and outs a little bit. The vendors' rooms usually stay open till 6 or 7 at night, so you do have a
Right.
little time.
yeah. So I had plenty of time actually because I got there by 11 or 12, and
Yeah.
then because I had to go shower, then get my makeup on and stuff. But I was also like, oh my God, Hayden Panettiere was canceled. These are members that are canceled, people that were going to
Yeah.
go. But I'm like, dude, it's Danielle Panabaker and Hayden Panettiere from like my childhood movies. So we have Star Wars and Ice Princess and Racing Stripes and a few other movies that have been inspiring to me. And I'm like, dudes, that was really cool just to go. And
Yeah.
if you hop on it, if you can hop on it, do it, especially if you get like a free pass, you know,
Well,
go have some fun.
I was gonna go to a local Comic-Con about 3 hours north, but then all the Star Trek guests canceled because of border restrictions this year. So I was like, oh, there's no point.
Ah, right on. That's how I felt at first when I was like, I'm still waking up. Like, you didn't even tell me. Like, I didn't have much to plan. But then it also reminds me of when I'm on set, you know, or when you're heading to a show. Things just happen, even if you
Yeah.
plan. So be more in the flow. And, you know, if it's really worth going to, then go. Like, my intuition said go. You're going to meet some people. Ended up meeting some other cosplayers, getting my picture taken. People wanted to take my picture. I was like, her? I don't know. It was like,
Wow.
sweet. And I was like, wow, that's cool that people are wanting to do that. And then I got to meet some stunt people. So I actually got a network and gonna take some classes with these stunt people and then do some work with them in the future. But it was really cool because my intuition said go. You're gonna meet people, you're gonna network, you're gonna have a fun
Yeah.
time. So
Well,
sometimes it's a time to go and sometimes a time to let opportunities pass. There are lots of sparkly gems. Not all of them are worth picking up, or maybe at this current time.
Well, I'm hoping maybe the vaccination rate will go up over the winter and the next spring will be safer. And
Yeah.
I will take advantage and take opportunities.
Well, the thing is even yeah. It was definitely I agree with you.
Star Trek
Yep.
Chicago is a goal. People are like, oh, the hotels are crazy, blah, blah, blah. But I would like to go and meet Will.
Oh my God, yes.
Because,
Let's
you
do
know,
it.
he's a little hero. He took the time to like the Instagram promotion of my article. IDIC includes me, and that's why Star Trek Matters on Instagram. So
I love it. Then I can work on my Borg costume, and then I can be a Borg. Yes.
and if I can unfold that opportunity to go to Chicago, that would be very nice indeed, or to go to Las Vegas. Anyway, we should swing the conversation back around.
Sorry.
No, that's great. I love that. And just for the record, I would also like to be on more sets too, because acting is a passion and it's a thing I've done. And I was on a set on the summer and I want to do more.
Yes, just keep reaching for it. Keep playing the numbers game. Keep applying.
Yeah.
And make some. You know, I'm working on putting a reel together as well. And I mean, I've only had two experiences now. But now I can say that I've also got to watch behind the scenes of a film set. I think I
Yeah.
had so much fun playing with the jib. And I'm like, you know what? Someday that's going to be me getting that really nice shot and panning out and then zooming up and like shooting goes up. And I'm like, it's just really fun to play with. So anyways, yeah, the more you
I-
seek it, the
I've
more
been
you show up.
entertaining people through my journalism and through on-screen work for many, many years, as I can show you. And I'd like to do more, but those hopefully opportunities will knock. And, you know, maybe something will fall out of the sky as it did for the Vulcans when they fell out of the sky onto Earth and got to have their experience on the Earth.
Exactly. Or who knows? I may quite literally someday fall out of the sky someday and be like, yo, I'm in your area. Let's hang. Let's collaborate.
Well, you do realize I'm a dual citizen, right?
No, I did not.
My mother helped me get that in 2007.
How do you get dual citizenship?
She was born in Washington.
Oh.
And she said, if you can pay for this, I'll take you to get it all established. And I paid for it.
Yeah.
And I took the
Yeah,
opportunity.
So if you're ever in the US, hit me up.
Or if you're
And I'll
ever in
host
Canada,
you.
hit me up.
Exactly, yeah. Because I'm like, you know what we should do? We should do a combination of Star Wars with Star Trek and do some lightsaber combat stuff.
How many
Just an
lightsabers do you
idea.
need? I have 2.
I have one as well, and we could probably find a few other people to join
And
in.
I have a Sith robe.
Oh my god, yes, okay. Oh my god. Yes, the funsies.
See, unexpected opportunities come from conversations. That's great.
Exactly. So you see, it's full of.
Anyway, back to the thing. So what did you get out of Carbon Creek since you've seen it before? And Jake, you can chime in too. Sorry,
I gotta
Jake, we went off
remember.
course so much.
No, it's okay. I've never been to I've been to one convention, but I've never really been to any conventions or anything. So it's like very far outside of my experience. The closest thing and actually the closest thing I ever got to a convention was I did I contributed to the fundraiser for the Voyager documentary. So I was part of actually 2 Zoom calls with. So the first one was with Chase Masterson and Nana Visitor, and the
Jealous.
second one was with Armin Shimmerman, Sarah Lofton, and what's that guy's name? Well, there was like a few of the writers and producers, and then there was Ryan T. Husk. He was moderating. So I think there was like 36 or so people in that Zoom call. So that
Oh,
was
you were in the 7th rule, whatever it's called thing, aren't you?
so it wasn't 7th rule. It was so some of the Kickstarter prizes was like a Zoom call with
Oh, you contributed to the Voyager thing, didn't you?
yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
So that was fun. So that's the closest thing I've ever gotten to like a Star Trek convention or anything like
Oh,
that.
that is so cool. That is amazing.
What I got was a reminder to just be open sometimes and be more fluid. As a Sith myself in real life, I work really hard. I embrace my passions and I discipline myself. Sometimes just letting go and relaxing and loosening the format can be helpful and empowering as well. And just allowing myself to enjoy an opportunity without always having to plan for it. You know, it works on my reaction to come up with a Sith costume and go have fun and not always have to be vigilant. You know, I can still just relax sometimes and I'm so busy all the time. Heck, I'm even working while doing this. So the episode gave me a reminder of random things will come by, and if you're open to them, you'll have a lot of fun. So I'm always like, what do I get from it? Is this where I need to be right now? Should I? Because I could be doing some work right now, and just drop it sometimes, and then pick up work when you get back. So it's just a reminder.
Mhm.
Oh, and I can learn well from other people as well. And sometimes I can disagree with somebody and yet overall put our differences aside and still use them as a training opportunity. And you never know what's going to happen. So be in the present moment. Hold no expectations, and you could find something immeasurably valuable.
That's great. That is such valuable advice, and you're a really valuable person, and I love that.
Thanks for putting this together. This is fun.
It is fun. We've got a whole whack of more planned.
Yes.
What are your thoughts, Jake, on unexpected opportunities? From what you learned on this episode?
Sorry, I.
That's all right. Take your time, gather your thoughts. It's okay. We're not in a race.
um, I have an unexpected opportunity to update my computer. It keeps harassing me to do the Windows update, and I keep on postponing. Sorry.
It's all right. Just let the thoughts come as they come.
I was trying to come up with something profound to say. I don't.
It doesn't have to be profound. It doesn't have to be profound. It can just be something simple. And as long as it comes from you, that's good enough.
Yeah, bro.
Um. I don't know. My thoughts are kind of a whirl, and I'm trying to put them in order, and it's not working.
Just pick one.
So,
Bro. It's okay. Like, stay in your mind's eye. Just relax right now. No expectations. Step away from overthinking. And come into a place of green, calming energy that is flowing through your mind. Continue to inhale, and as you inhale, you bring in that green energy. Exhale away the racingness, the overthinking, the expectations, and empty yourself. So now you are now a hollow reed. Just hollow, here in the present. Feel all your energy coming in and focusing on them now. Continue to inhale and exhale, settling into this moment. And when you're ready, go at it again.
So, thank you. Yeah. So, I don't know. I was trying not to indulge like other philosophers or whatever, but I know one of the things that I've been thinking about, like like the last like few months was there's this idea in philosophy that talks about I don't really know if I want to give the name, but it kind of sounds weird, but the obstacle becomes the way. So when you're faced with an obstacle, rather than like try to find like a way to fight against it, you kind of work with it.
Yeah.
Stoicism, isn't it?
Yes, I was trying not to give out the name.
Say the
but-
freaking name, bruh. Why are you holding back?
Doesn't that,
You want to
isn't
say
that
the
like a
name?
Mandalorian type thing? Why does that sound like the
Um,
Mandalorian?
This is the way. This is the way.
Yeah, this is the way. So
Not to interrupt you, but look, if you
Yeah.
want to say it, speak how you want to speak, okay?
so
Okay,
I
here.
don't yeah, I don't okay. But like and I was just thinking about in the episode, they were facing like a big obstacle, just being stuck there on Earth. And with T'Pol's ancestor and with those other guys, and or with that, I can't remember what his name, the guy who had that quasi romance, but
Mistral.
so they both found like a way to deal with the situation that rather than just treating it like it was something to overcome, they were able to do something positive with it. So yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
That's powerful stuff right there. Bro, I want to hear more of that in the future,
Yes, Jake, don't
Please
ever
let
act.
more of yourself out. We can
Jake-
talk about other stuff and it's fine.
Jake, you know what? I don't ever want you to act as if your thoughts don't matter to Club IDIC and to me and to anybody else that comes, because they do matter, okay? Do you promise?
Alice.
Yeah, right. I'll be here too if you need help. I'll just give you reminders if that's okay, to support you, because you're awesome, dude.
He is
Like,
awesome. He
I'm
comes to all
genuinely
the
intrigued
discussions.
now.
He
I want to hear
literally,
more.
he literally comes to all the discussions and has the most profound, amazing stuff to say.
What? That's awesome, bro. And it's okay to not know. It's easy to get wrapped up in the way one expresses and trying to know, and then just
Come
leads
on,
to
nobody
overthinking.
has to be perfect in how they express themselves.
Right.
Isn't what this is about.
Yeah. So overthinking is a valid problem. I get it. but also when you can acknowledge yourself and come back into the present moment, like with what you just did, by the way, good job. You know, it's a hard skill. The more you do it, the easier it becomes, though. The more free you will really become in your self-expression, and just let it out, bro. You know, we all explore, we all evolve. We can look back and be like, wow, I can say this differently, a different way, because I've looked at it differently now. My perception, my words, and my verbiage has changed. But even then, at the time, the way that I was expressing myself was also pretty cool. I mean, you know, being able to self-reflect and see our evolution is a cool thing. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
go though. It was nice to see you guys.
it
My
was
laptop's about to
nice.
die.
All
Love you
right.
guys. Stay safe.
Love you. Thank you for coming.
Take care.
Thank
Thank you.
Do you think the Vulcans knew how to express themselves when they first crashed on the Earth and they had to communicate with others to meet their needs?
No, I
They,
honestly say no, I don't think so.
they literally had to look at each other and look at how others communicated and adapt.
Mhm. Um, so, I mean, and part of that was, I mean, their own blocks too, because they didn't want to run the risk of corrupting their earther culture or human culture or whatever. So,
Oh, that's true. But
so
here's the thing, they didn't know how to act, but they had to pretend as if they knew how to act so they wouldn't stand out too much. But you
mhm,
know,
right.
being different isn't altogether bad. It's actually a good thing because that's what IDIC is about. Accepting and loving differences.
Mhm,
And the captain's order is actually loving what you have to say enough to feeling safe enough to express it because it will be accepted here.
mhm.
And my captain's order to you is never being afraid to express yourself, even if it sounds a little scattered, because it will be lovely to hear it.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Now, do you have any other insights about unexpected opportunities in Carbon Creek? I'd love to hear them.
Um, not really right
Not
now.
really, not really right now. I hope we got through to you, Suki and I,
Oh, thank you.
because we
Um,
love you and we love having you here.
there's another unexpected update opportunity. Oh boy, my Windows is not happy with me right now. But I know I was, I know I was worried from like what was it last week after I got done talking about the vaccines. That other person left, and I was worried that I had given offense or something.
Well, you know what? If people want to be offended, that's their choice, but I won't be offended because I encourage free speech here. And Club IDIC is about diverse opinions and diversity and diverse people. And if people have a problem with that, they don't have to come. But I encourage people who want to come and to talk. And people will not be judged for their thoughts here, and you will not be judged. Everybody has a right to feel safe here, and we all have a right to have a diverse discussion.
Mhm.
As the Vulcans had a right to live safely among the people because they were stranded in a situation beyond their control.
Mhm.
Does that
Right.
make sense?
Mhm.
Okay, so keep coming back.
Will do. So, and thank you for doing these.
You're welcome. There will be more.
So, only my only real bad times are Wednesdays and Saturday afternoons. Any other time is pretty good.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we're gonna do Tuesdays for the rest of the month, except for a special meeting on Thursday to commemorate Remembrance Day.
Mhm.
because I had ancestors who fought in wars, and a lot of people, other people probably did too. And we want to honor those ancestors with a episode from the original series that dealt with the Romulans. That is on the event page.
Mhm.
And we're going to try a Friday in December. I don't know how many Fridays we'll get because one of our moderators wants to start coming again. And
Mhm.
Fridays are better for him.
Okay.
Do you want, are you all talked out now?
Uh, um, yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'm so glad you came tonight. I really am. And I'm so glad you got to say whatever was on your mind and you felt safe doing so. Did you?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm so glad you were here.
Thanks.
You're welcome. See you next time.
All right. See you next time. Take care.
Bye. Remember, you're amazing.
Thank you. You too.
Good night. Good night, all. I love you.